LS Dunes dropped their new album Violet. I'm
Yes,
gonna
they
start
did.
this off really quickly.
All right.
I liked this record a lot. I mean, we both know we're both pretty big fans of LS Dunes. I unfortunately have not had the pleasure of seeing them live yet. I really want to see them live. I think you've seen them live
I have a couple
once,
times.
yeah, once, twice,
Yeah.
thrice. So it's really nice to see some new music from them because I mean their debut was what, like 2 years ago. We did have the chance to chat with them
Hmm.
and get to dig into kind of the creation of the band and kind of the thought process and headspace writing process, everything about that first record if you're interested in that. Um, so hearing this record as a follow-up, I do think it is a major step up. I feel like their sound has gotten a lot clearer.
Hmm.
I feel like the vision for the band's direction has gotten a lot clearer. I was able to enjoy this record a lot more than their last one. Not saying I didn't enjoy the last one, just saying this one is a lot more palatable for me. And I think they're refining it, and I think that's incredible. Especially with a lineup as fucking stacked as it is. I mean, every single member is extremely notable. Like has had a massive
Super group.
impact on no, it's a fucking massive supergroup.
Yeah.
Um every single member has is in a band that has had a incredible massive impact on the scene that is still influencing bands today.
Hmm.
So seeing this band come together to create something new that doesn't sound like any of their other project is so fucking fun. Um, I have, I believe, just a couple favorites because I need a little bit more time with it. But I really like Paper Tigers, which was, I believe, a single. I really liked the title track, and then I also enjoyed Like Magic, the opener.
Hmm.
Mhm,
Hell yeah.
mhm,
Hell yeah. I think you hit it dead on when you say that this is a more this record is significantly more refined than the
mhm,
debut and kind of hones in on a sound. The first album was kind of a little bit all over the place, which is something I liked because it kind of did leave something for everybody, but also left me only with a handful of songs that I really wanted to go back to, and then songs on the album that I really had no interest in listening to.
mhm.
Again, just because it wasn't vibing for me.
Yeah.
This record for sure definitely hones in more on one sound, which I think is
Mhm.
awesome. But it also leaves me with feeling like my problem with this record
Okay.
is like all of the songs are great, but
Mhm.
there was one standout on the last record for me, which is Like Forever, which is still a song I come back to. That is like peak LS Dunes for me still.
Peak.
And
Yeah.
there's not a song on this record that like really right now is jumping out to me that's like that's the fucking song. There's fantastic songs on here, and I absolutely enjoyed the record.
Yeah.
But they honed more in on a sound. That song that I mentioned is a little bit outside of what they wound up doing for most of this record. So
Mhm.
that's really my main complaint is that there's not one song to me personally as a listener that's jumping out and being like, this is the one that I would show someone to be
Yeah.
like, this is what I'm really digging off the record.
Mhm.
But Like Magic as an opener is like, I know when we were chatting about the singles, we said like Anthony Green's like vocal delivery on some of the songs is like this whining like call for help almost.
Mhm.
And this song, Like Magic, is the
Yeah.
quintessential definition of that description of like this pleading
Mhm.
cry for help,
Mhm.
and legit gave me goosebumps the first time I heard it because
You did say that.
we
Yeah.
did we did have it stacked in the playlist the way we're talking about the album. So the
Mhm.
Weeknd's record finished up, and then LS Dunes comes on, and it's a total 180. It's the
It's
definition of
insane.
whiplash. Yeah,
Whiplash.
Gloria was
Yes. Heavy
telling me about
whiplash.
the whiplash that she got by my placement of the albums
Mhm.
in the playlist, and yeah, but it literally gave me goosebumps because it just opens. It's just Anthony's vocals opening, and I love his vocal delivery, and I love his vocals always and forever. But on that song in particular, absolutely blows me away, gives me goosebumps, is a phenomenal album opener. I also really dig I Can See It Now and Violet's probably the closest thing to me that's like a track close to like what I mentioned, Live Forever off of the previous record, that would be like, this is the song. Makes sense. It's also the album title track. But so fucking good. Machines, You Deserve to Be Haunted, things I thought would last forever. So many phenomenal songs on this record. Very, very solid album. Stoked that it's finally here, because I've been waiting a long fucking time for this. Been waiting. So it's finally here, and it's phenomenal. They're going on tour, headlining. Well, they're currently over in the UK and EU. They'll be coming over doing a US headline in the spring. If it's coming near you, you should definitely go. I unfortunately will be missing it because the U's just had to book 3 nights in New Jersey, and I just had to be there.
You had to be there for all 3.
So yeah, I mean, they're playing their first 3 albums in full, one each night, so yeah. I will be there instead. But again, maybe I will cut myself in half, clone myself, get myself to both shows, experience both at the same time. But yeah, very, very solid record.